looking at a variety of different movement modes and different implications of that for different character builds, right? Where um, fighters might be more about athleticism, and thieves about access to alternate routes, climbing and whatever, lockpicking, obviously, as we see here. And then wizards, like goodness knows, right? Like teleporting and crazy stuff. So just like I kind of feel like if you don't pay close attention to thinking about your movement modes in a game like this, it's easy to just kind of fall into decisions that are by default decisions that other games have made, which may or may not be good ones for your game. Yeah, it's getting lonely here. Have you spread the gospel of death to everybody? Will's been tickled by that mental image. He's offline.
I really interesting choice of the way that these hallways are built. Going with a high vertical but claustrophobic.
Yeah.
What was that?
See, I would have thrown some monsters in there because that changes. That would have
You won't make it.
dynamic taken out.
Yeah, I wonder. Like a lot of the combat here, the way combat works is kind of, which is something I very much like and I'm interested in as well. Right, is the way that the melee combat mechanics can emphasize maneuver. And so there's an interesting question there, which I should make a mental note to look at, right? Of testing the assumptions behind those mechanics in like really constrained spaces, for example, and seeing how that changes the equation. Especially having spoken before about the pitfall of your design falling into just one note over and over again, right? Like thinking about the way that the different configurations of terrain change the dominant strategies.
I was just designing a creature on paper that traverses the underworld passageways simply because it's harder to turn it over when it's in a passageway than
I like it. So yeah, that's like if you can draw it into an open space, then you've got it at an advantage. I like it. Yeah, and we talked a little bit before about wanting to go back to what the tactics of terrain are like, and it's something that we really need to follow up on further. But we have time. It's true. There's a spike wall. It's it's Chekhov's gun. You can't have a spike wall on the mantelpiece without kicking someone into it in Act 3.
It's really funny. Every time I see the staff animation in this game, all I can think of is staff attack.
Dodge, parry, spin, thrust. Oh.
They do a really good job in this game with destructible environment, like the boxes and stuff, and I want to take this to like 11. Even goals.
Yeah, totally agreed. And trying to think of ways that like we can generalize that so it doesn't, so it's not like a separate piece of work for every object that needs to be destroyed, which is one of the things that tends to keep them from happening.
Right now that we don't have any boxes.
I think there'll be boxes. I'm not prepared to make that deal. No. Yeah, innovative boxes. But I'm thinking a lot of this I think we can generalize to like if we can have one good system for damage to wood in general, right? And then like treat some special cases like doors. But I don't know what's hitting him. Someone's sniping him. And I can tell you're being hit, but I can't tell from which. Oh, there you go. Yeah. You know, while Will is dismantling this guy, I have to tell you, Chris, I think you dated yourself and probably me by having made it clear that you saw Warner Brothers as Saturday morning cartoons, which is that's a thing that happened once, kids.
So Rustbite here says that the underworld should have bear pits. I agree. And their ability to kick mobs into the mouths of bears would be awesome.
Well, see, you know, the bears these days in the bear puts, they put spikes and stuff all over them, not like the old days, as you'll remember. So you can just kick them into the spikes that are, you know, on the bears. I'll leave it to you guys to work out what those references were. But
I have been known in the past to use that little speech as my ringtone.
you going to the bear pits tomorrow? I bet that stuff is appealing because it's so shiny. Shiny objects are good. Yeah, it's true. There's thrown vases. Yeah.
And then the supply of
The ultimate weapon.
I really do enjoy the found object as a weapon thing. It gives it a very ballroom brawl thing going on.
I'm
You know, I am from the punk generation.
That's right. Next up, I'm kickstarting the game where the only weapon is pottery.
Well, it could set up for our, you know, our late '70s punk game.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Now I want that game with like mosh combat. Oh wow.
Careful. If you get yourself killed,
It
your
would be
father
a
will
old
be
nightclub
most
in
displeased.
Boston.
You know
It's
my
really known for
father?
heavy metal.
Oh yes,
Punk bands in the
I've
70s.
known him.
That little blonde number. What about it?
Ready for this?
It's so you were misusing the previous staff by applying it in combat.
Oh, what exactly
It was not actually a combat staff. It was not Underwriters Labs approved for that use.
Can you light it on fire?
Okay.
Is this the crafting in the game? Smelt?
Smelt. I think I've killed Chris. Yeah, not quite going gangbusters, is it? It's quite cool. Touch it. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Cunningly hidden by the glowing things behind it. Yeah. So I think, in addition to the game rating system based on time to first crate, I think we have to have one based on time to first glowing mushroom. I bet there's a TV tropes page for glowing mushrooms. Yeah, there's a TV tropes page for everything.
Aaron Tier caught him sneaking supplies from the ghoul's larder.
Bet it never was.
Oh, that was less than graceful. Yeah. I can now have this clear mental picture of that fall killing Will, and the guards just started looking at each other like, what was that about?
Seven Keys says he wants to be able to slap enemies with his shoe and a rolling.
I can't promise rolling pins. No comment on shoes.
Trying to escape?
Yes, that's Aaron Tier.
What the? What the what?
Anything you've ever seen.
Yeah,
That
because
lock. He's opened
you're
it.
certainly not
The
walking.
necromancer hive and the tunnels here. That takes rare
All right.
power.
We will now have a brief intermission for drama. Ha! I mean, I honestly, I still really like the approach from Thief, and similarly, mostly similarly in System Shock 2, though. Like um the big difference being like the ladder was crafted so that you couldn't interact with the NPCs, right, and interrupt what they were doing. I preferred the eavesdropping in Thief, where like if you came along and alarmed them, they would stop their little pantomime, right? Because obviously you didn't care to continue watching it, right? That's okay. It's like, all right, we'll play act for you, or
What are you
we'll
waiting
fight,
for?
whichever you want.
They have those kind of conversations that go on in Grand Theft Auto 5
We've
when you're
been
driving around with
spotted.
your buddies.
Urgesh,
And
take
what's
us.
really cool is that when you get like in a car
Plenty
accident,
of time to
or,
admire it
they
later.
stop for a minute and kind of yell at you, and then they go back to talking. Like, so anyway,
So that was a thing that happened.
surprisingly well.
Will's first guy.
Have you saved? Have you saved recently, Will?
Yes. I saw the objective, do not get caught, and I quick saved.
Seasoned professional, folks.
I'm terrible at stealth in this game.
So how does stealth work in this game? You have no idea. I guess we're all learning.
The circle in the middle represents your light, like the gem and thief.
Okay.
So
I was wondering.
the darker, like right now he's in complete darkness because it's the circle's full.
Now's my chance.
Take the crystal.
Ah.
What are you waiting for?
I'm stealthy.
Perfect. Now let's get out of here before anyone.
Not at all.
Shoes and yelling, I'm being stealthy.
Such a marvelous performance, my dear. Now let's go see to that Liana creature. They've sealed the exit. Find the river. It's our only
This
chance.
reminds me, we still need to have the wrangle about whether your sight line is in the center of the screen or not. Which, because there's
You
because
have to play the whole game back.
because there's nothing interesting above you. Like,
Well, see, their
I'm-
level designs are some very interesting here, though. Sometimes it actually forces
yeah,
I'm sending you to the free city of Stonehelm to meet a sorcerer named
and
Menelek.
it certainly is simpler that way.
He and I have certain shared
I'm not done experimenting with a
allegiances.
biased frustum yet.
Right now, he's looking for an artifact called
that's
the
your
Skull
vocabulary
of
word, you don't know what
Shadows,
frustum is.
for reasons of his own that are doomed to fail. He thinks you're going to help him, the fool. At least not without
Conan
haste.
fire snakes from a bow.
The Chantary crystal that we retrieved. However, boy, I don't trust you out there alone.
Ah.
I need
All right,
someone
Thulsa
to
Doom
hold
would
your
do it.
lead. One can travel lighter than two, Sarah.
Don't worry. You'll learn to
No.
enjoy the pain.
I already caved to you on pigeons, Chris. So
I guess I have to go redo the team T-shirts then. 'Cause it does have a
they're all raccoon themed. Yeah.
Sareth, wake up. Easy there. What happened?
We should be so lucky, man.
What's going on?
Paul's fault. He started.
What are you,
Stuff right.
really?
That dream was just a necromancer.